And we'll be live in 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, it's Jameson. Welcome back to another Graffiti Black podcast. I'm in the band Graffiti Black, and today I've got a really cool guest with me. I have 2/3 of the band. They have been doing, I think they did their very first main tour last year. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they have a new single out and everything. It's great. I think you guys are gonna like it. But we have Autumn Academy here with us today, so thank you guys for coming on today.
Hello. Thanks, man.
Yeah. So I saw the video that you guys have out for the new single, and I was curious to. I have a few questions on it, but
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of give you the floor a little bit and just kind of talk about the new single you guys have out. And
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I mean, definitely like just kind of start with like it, if you can, how you guys came up with that song, if you don't mind.
Ooh. So the song idea, I kind of was messing around with something on my own, and it was just one of those ideas that you kind of have like a little melody in your head, and you just find like the right chords with it, and then you put it together. And it was a really quick process, making like the demo of it. But when it was done, I was like, oh, this is super sweet. We should totally do it. And we work with a producer guy down in Kansas, so we were lucky enough to go down to him, and he helped us put it together and kind of rock it up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
The demo was a little bit lighter, but he helped us get it in that kind of like more punchy vibe.
The original demo was basically like a West Coast like acoustic reggae vibe.
Okay,
it was really neat. And now it's just more of like your like radio rock fun shit, I guess. But I still want a steel drum in it.
Yeah.
I want steel drum in it. Really.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, when I was listening to that, I was like, okay, usually you guys have like all the guitars and like full electric guitars, but for some reason you guys wanted to go acoustic with this mainly. Like there was lead guitar and everything, right? But you mainly went with acoustic guitars. So like, how did that? Where did that come about? What made you want to go that direction? I mean.
That was the vibe of the demo when it was made, and we tried to just remove that and kind of revamp it in a more like upbeat, like faster rock, loud guitars kind of sound. But it just didn't work. The vibe was there with the acoustic, and we wanted to just stick with it, but add on to it and not rebuild it.
Acoustic just like makes like it's crazy how more full a song can sound with like an acoustic with like electric over it. Like it's really weird, but yeah, it's. If that makes sense.
So you had acoustic, but then you had like you mean like electric lead over it, or just like putting?
It was a acoustic guitar and electric guitar playing the same thing, and they were just layered together. So it sounds, it has like the acoustic vibe to it, but it's more full.
Yeah.
Okay, I could listen back to it, but yeah, I mean, I guess it just really stuck out. It like sounded like it was super heavy in that, but that just like brings out the fullness apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just mixed really well.
Yeah, apparently. Like that was really cool. All right, so yeah, I mean, watching that music video, what's here's my question with that music video.
Yeah,
because for one, it was shot in letterbox format, right? Mainly, it was like borderline square.
It was like a 4:3 aspect ratio.
So is that something where it's like you guys thought about that after the fact, or you came into it like this is the direction to go?
So most of the creative choices. A vast majority of the creative choices are made by Juan Ibanez, our dude over in St. Louis, who we shoot videos with, music videos. Huh? Yeah, his last name is Ibanez.
He created the brand.
He's the guy.
He is the guy. He's the man.
All right, cool.
But yeah, he comes up with the ideas. He has the location. He has the gear. He has the mind. And he edits everything and he puts it together, and it's so cohesive at the end that it's ridiculous. So that was all him.
I saw the part with the blood in the hands, so I was like,
was him.
Man. He was like, this is
I still have a little bit of fake blood on my shoes, actually. I didn't even clean it off.
How recent was the shoot?
I don't even remember when I went down there to shoot it. It was like...
was it last year or this year?
It was this year. It was this year. It was like...
It's like
beginning of February?
Yeah,
it was
like, say early February.
Yeah, so like, a couple months.
Right. Cool. All right. Well, that's awesome. So now that this song is out, are you guys planning on doing any shows soon?
So we are hoping to get the ball rolling on some runs in the summer and fall. Mm-hmm. We have some bands that we've been reaching out to, some bands that we consider friends that are very, very cool people. We hope that we can get with them and kind of go out towards I hope we can kind of get more towards the coast area, East Coast again.
Yeah.
Tennessee in particular, Eastern Tennessee was just beautiful. Last time we were there last year, it was just like, love it. So hopefully we have some stuff going on, but nothing is official yet. So
Yeah. Okay. That'd be really incredible if that does happen. And so, I mean, so would that be like a mini tour that you guys would try to do, or would you just try to do like hit a few shows, or you try to stretch it
it's
out?
more of just hitting a couple shows.
Like a
We try not to
weekend
say it's
thing,
like a
but-
a massive tour. We're
Yeah.
going out and playing 3 shows over the course of 2 weeks. Like,
Whoa.
catch us on tour, because
Yeah.
that's not a tour. It's
Yeah.
like we just happen to have a couple shows in a relatively close time frame. So
Okay.
we think of them more as runs. We're going to do
Yeah.
more of like the maybe Thursday night through Sunday night kind of deal.
Mhm.
Hit a show every night in between that, and then come home for the weekdays, and that kind of mindset. So
Cool.
yeah.
Well, okay. Going back to that tour you guys did last year, though,
Yep.
wasn't like your main like? Would you say it was your first tour you've
Yeah.
done?
Yeah.
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 For sure.
Well, I mean, what was that like, basically, just experiencing that? Because I'm sure
Yeah.
there's like some trial and error that goes with that. So, like, what was that like? I mean, there's a lot to that. I know it's a loaded
yeah,
question, but
Huge.
Mm.
It's super weird, man. It's one of those things that you can prepare for endlessly, but when you're actually out there doing your thing, you just get hit with all these different variables that you never thought of,
Mhm.
and it's really fun and a little stressful to have to deal with them. But
Okay.
looking back now, a year later, we're like, oh my god, that was fantastic! Can't wait to do it again.
Yeah,
you know?
one of the best times of my life for sure. Even though remember Myrtle Beach?
Yeah. We ran into a
That was
very-
a crazy.
just a very drugged out person scared us really bad, and we had to call the police. And
These dudes just come up on like these bikes, and they're just like
they were biker
fucking,
cops.
they throw their bikes, and they're just like walking over there, and then the guy got
It was-
arrested and shit.
It was
pretty gnarly.
super weird. It was super weird, dude. We still talk about it all the time. But
Yeah, dealt with drug dealers then, or just
Oh,
drug
this guy.
addicts?
I don't know if he was a dealer. I think he was.
I think he was just on some
I
some
think he was on
crazy
some
shit.
stuff.
Because we stayed at a motel, and we parked the van, and he just walks into the van, just waits outside.
He was standing
Oh, that's crazy.
He was
Yeah.
standing like 20 feet away, just staring at us as we were trying to park. And he didn't move. He didn't do anything. He was just staring at
And
the
then
van.
Damn.
our van was facing this big box, and the headlights were on it, and he goes behind the box and starts doing shadow puppets and shit.
He was he stuck his hands out and started doing some,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was really scary. And
Maybe he's a big fan.
I doubt it.
Oh my God, it's Autumn Kim.
I really doubt it. I think I'm sure he was harmless. I think he was just drugged up, and he was just looking at the van, and he was just in his own world, right? But we don't know.
Yeah,
but we don't know.
you
We
never
got out of the
know.
van, and maybe
He could have stabbed us and stole
He
our
could've-
shit. And,
yeah, he could've.
So he was out there, and you guys were like, "This is a good time to get out." That's what you did.
No, we stayed in the
Oh.
van, and we were like, "This
Okay.
dude isn't leaving." We stayed in the van for a good 10 minutes while he was just standing there just watching us.
Yeah.
And then he went behind the box thing, did the hand puppets. We called the police. Police came up on their bicycles, looking like it was the only action that they've ever had in the last 2 months. He flung off the bike, and he went right to him, and they grabbed him, and yeah.
Did they arrest him?
Yeah.
And put him on the bike.
No, they called a squad car, and they put him in the car, but they pulled stuff out of his pockets and baggies, and
Okay.
it was a situation. But we didn't stay at that hotel. We drove for a couple hours after that, which we were super tired, and we didn't want to do that, but we were there's no other way.
yeah.
That was the only hotel that we could stay at, and if there are drug people around, I doubt that
Drug
he's the
people.
only one. It was Myrtle Beach, so
Yeah.
for anyone that's ever been, you kind of just know the environment there, but
Yeah. Wow.
it was
That
super weird.
that sounds like a great time.
It was super fun though.
Other
you
than
know?
that, it was an absolute. It was a beautiful
The tour
place.
was amazing.
Tour was awesome.
How many shows you guys play total?
God, I don't know.
The first one was I think
20-ish.
something like that. The second one was bigger. I think the second one was 22, maybe not that much. I'm trying to think the total between the two because it's probably 36 shows, something like that. I don't remember.
It's between 30 and 40 shows.
We did math at one point and we just forgot.
Right.
It was a lot of shows.
Yeah. That sounds really cool. But that's great. You guys got to do that, and it was like what was that like being able to tour? Because what was the name of that band you guys went with?
Smile Empty Soul.
Yeah. And how did that even come about? Where you guys did that tour with them?
So back to our video director, Juan Ibanez. He does videos for Smile Empty Soul, and
Okay.
We were talking with him. We went down to shoot another video, and we were like, "Man, we're trying to hook up some shows. Next year we're trying to get something going." And he was like, "Hey, my buddies in Smile Empty Soul always, are looking for cool people to hang out with, and they're really great dudes. And I'll give you his email if you want." And I was like, "Yeah, cool." So he did an introduction, email back and forth. I was like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And he was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And that was pretty much it. So
Wow.
it was really straightforward.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All I need to say is, "Hey, I want to do some shows." He's like, "I know a guy."
Yeah, pretty much. And it's crazy because the more that we do music and the more that we talk to people and branch out and take on all these cool opportunities
Yeah.
that we're lucky enough to have presented to us, we learn that it's all about who you know and shaking hands and being a good person, and that opens up more doors than anything. So it's just crazy about it's just who you know.
Okay. Well, okay. So with this single out, are you guys planning on releasing any more this year? Or are you just trying to? Okay. Like just singles, or you want to try going for more than that?
A full-length album is, of course, always an attractive thing. I don't think we're going to be shooting for that just yet. Singles are kind of the way to go. They're easier to plan out. You can conceptualize them from beginning to end. You can dump as much money as you need to make sure that particular song has everything it needs to be successful, reach as many people, hit all the different markets that we want to hit and everything. We don't have to pick and choose. If we have a full album of like 10 songs, for example, then we're going to be like, yeah, these 4 songs are great. Let's put all our money towards them. And then the rest are just like, whatever. Like singles are just more, they're just better ways to market yourselves.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Now, I actually want to go back to an earlier song you guys released, Cliche.
Yep.
How did you come about making that song? Like how'd you come up with the lyrics for this song? Very interested.
Oh, man.
That was a you thing.
I'm glad you asked that question. So the original demo of the song was completely different. And when I listen back to it now, it's stinky garbage.
Yeah.
It's so not good. It sounds like my mom calls it like a European, like house, like EDM, like kind of like electronic song.
Where'd she get the EDM from?
You guys are making EDM house sounds.
It's
reggae
just
sounds.
electronic stuff, right? But
you didn't even want to do this song. Like
I didn't think it was very good.
I remember really liking it. Andrew really liked it, and we were like, "Hey, we should do this song." And then you showed it to Dawson, our producer, and he's like,
"We should do that one." I was like, "Okay, I guess we're gonna do this song." And then it turned out the way it turned out, and it was good.
Nice.
But yeah, the song itself. There's a part in the song where I say, "Bright light suicide, I know I'm cliche sometimes." And that alone was just like the idea, the whole message behind the song, calling it cliche, of course, but it's more like
a play on to like a moth to a flame. Like
we heard that so many times.
Yeah,
that phrase.
So
like
many
a moth
fucking
to a flame,
bands, so many songs have that in it.
It's like me saying like a moth to a flame in a song without saying it, but calling it cliche at the same time. It's like bright light suicide.
Okay.
Like it's one of those things, and then we just ran with it, and then the whole song is more just fleshing out that idea.
Yeah. So, when you guys go about writing songs, what does that format typically look like? Is like you have an idea and you show them, and then you guys start to bounce off each other, or is it someone has something different every time?
It's different, like every time. It's
All
crazy.
Right. Cool.
It's crazy. It usually starts off with somebody has an idea, right? And then they present it, and then we're like, okay, cool. Let's just work on it. And then once we all kind of put our own little flavor on it, it has like a general vibe that we can work with.
Yeah.
Which is the most important thing. You can't just make a song. You're like, okay, cool. It has chords and it has like a melody. Let's just run with it. that's not really a song to us. We want to have like a package deal of like, you know, sounds cool, but also it is a vibe that if you close your eyes, you can think of, like, you can imagine something, you know, like we try our best to make it a feeling and not just noise, you know?
Okay. All right. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, because I was listening to Cliche, that one's got like a pretty catchy hook to it. So
Thank you.
but that's funny how you guys say like the demos are like so far from it. Like, have you guys ever thought of like releasing those at some point?
No.
No, I don't think people would like.
Some would be pretty funny. I don't know.
I feel like that would be like so like it would be cool, but it'd be funny to hear like how radically different apparently they are.
They're so different, dude.
There's some like demos where like it's like what was it? Into the Lights. I was just like screaming like nonsense in like one of the verses. Like,
really?
Yeah, it was just like death metal growl and shit. And then he was like, "Oh, I could do this."
He was like, "What?"
He actually got inspiration off of nonsense at one point.
That's pretty cool.
That's how it works, man. Like we throw everything to the wall because you never know what's gonna stick. You know.
Yeah.
All the coolest ideas can spawn from the tiniest little joke. You know. So. That's how it works.
That's how it goes, man.
We like to usually every song, again, like the demos, or if we're actually trying to like, you know, present something, we'll like each of us like make like a sound, like, or just do something into a mic, and we're like, let's see how we can make this sound as crazy or as dumb as possible, and just force it into the song somewhere.
Wow,
and it ends up
us,
yeah.
We set up the mic, we just hit record, and we say, okay, Andrew, go do your sound, and he'll walk up and make a noise with his mouth, or he'll find like a prop in the room and just make a noise. And we all do that. We take turns, and then we just have to figure out a way to warp it, stretch it, distort it, anything possible. Like hyper delay it and make it sound as messed up as possible. We do anything we can, and then we have to put it in the song.
That's hilarious.
In our Blinding Lights cover, the very beginning, you can hear like a narration. It was literally me just ranting about Tim Allen.
He was just yelling about Tim Allen. And we're like, all right, that's the intro. I turned it down, but it's in there. You can definitely.
You want people to hear about Tim Allen?
This is an anti-Tim Allen song.
Yeah. Are you not a fan of Tim Allen?
I mean, no. Okay, I like Tim Allen, but recently I heard he has some racist views. So not sure if I like him too much anymore. But he did. I also heard that he what was it? He smuggled drugs in Kalamazoo or some shit like that.
That was like back in the 70s, though.
I know, and his mugshot looks fucking gnarly. He has like a mustache and it looks good on him and stuff.
That was the style back then, man.
Yeah, beef with Tim Allen. It's like something you never hear about. That's funny, though. That whole concept, like, all right, we're going to make noise, and then we're going to backtrack and figure out how to put this in the song. Mm-hmm. Do you say do that for every song?
Every song. Well... Not the last couple of songs. Because we went to our producer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Usually with him,
but you can guarantee that all the demos have something completely ridiculous.
You guys should try putting those in the actual like final mixes. You sent to someone a mix, they're like, "Hey, why are there 3 tracks labeled fart sound in this?" You're like, "Just put it in."
Those exist in the demos, I promise you.
Oh, probably that sounds great.
I'm trying to remember all the good ones. If we have control over the recording and everything, if it's just us, if we're left to our own devices, you can guarantee that there's something absolutely stupid hidden in there.
I don't know, man. If people see this, I think you're going to get a lot of requests about hearing demos.
Oh, I remember I bought Jimmy John's one time, and Andrew took my pickle and ate it into the mic, and he made it really like sensual or fucking.
What song is that for?
Oh no, that's a cover we have not talked about or released yet.
Oh yeah.
So this is a new cover.
Yeah.
Do we got hints?
But there is pickle eating in it.
There's.
You can guarantee that.
It's certified pickle eating.
Do we get any hints?
It's a song you've never heard of.
A cover?
Yep.
Yeah. It's a song you've never heard of.
All right.
I promise you that. It's
for sure.
It's an interesting one.
But it's a cover song.
It's a cover song. It'll come out eventually.
All right. Okay. That's fair enough. All right. Well, shoot, man. There's a lot of good stuff we're flying through. Is there anything that I haven't asked on like the new song you guys have out that you'd like to talk about with it? I just want to make sure I'm not like breezing past it. You know what I mean?
Why weren't Andrew and I in it? That's a great question.
Yeah.
Brandon wouldn't let us in it because he was all like, "Oh, you owe me money. You shouldn't go to the video."
No.
I'm kidding. But
It's drugs.
It's a cartel. Just don't worry about it.
That is an interesting question. Like, were you guys just busy? We're like, I got.
Well, Andrew, with the baby and all that, and like, finances, like plane flights are expensive. I was in between jobs too. Like, I just got a one job going to another, so I was like broke and I couldn't really afford a plane flight and all that. So
we really wanted to get the video done.
Yeah,
and
it would be weird for just 2/3 of us to go.
Sure.
Instead of like having all of us as well. So
yeah,
right.
But we made it work because I got lucky enough to use some air miles. I have a credit card and I racked them up, and flight cost me like $14 to get there.
Really
so I was like, well, I'm just gonna go do it.
Nice.
Like save your money because it's weird if only 2/3 of us go, and Andrew can't go because he has his baby and he's like worrying about dad stuff. I'm just gonna go shoot it. It's gonna be a real quick fly in on a Friday, leave on a Saturday night type deal. Really quick, just one and done, and it turned out really cool. Like, I'm really happy with the music video.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I like the format of that. It's different, so I feel like people are gonna. I for one like that you guys did have the direction of it, just how the mix comes through overall. I think it's a pretty good you've got all the songs before. It's like it comes in with the electric guitars and everything, but it has the feel of like an acoustic thing going on with it, even though it's not the case. It just comes through that way. But I think it's a really cool. It's not like a full new direction, but I feel like it's a good change of pace. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, man. Yeah. Always trying to be a little different. Can't just make the same kind of song every single time. We're hoping to kind of be all over the place, respectfully all over the place.
Cool.
Just to be fun. It's always fun to expand and try new things.
So here's another question I have, though. Not about the song, but you used to work at Guitar Center.
Yeah.
Do you have any stories of when you worked there?
At Guitar Center?
Yes. Do you have any GC stories?
Dude, yeah.
The Chronicles.
I have so many stories, but I don't know what I should say.
Do you have just anything absurd about working there? Like any crazy customers or all the crazy Guitar Center drama that people are dying to know about?
Man, it's retail, so yeah. Guitar Center or not, if it's retail, you're definitely gonna have some crazy customers.
Yeah.
I think Guitar Center is a very interesting business. And I don't agree with everything that they do, but I can 100% say that I love everybody that I worked with at our Guitar Center here in South Bend, Indiana, Mishawaka. They're all really great people, and yes, we had some really crazy, weird customers. Too many stories to say, but it's not important. It's just
I hate customer
people,
service.
I hate people.
Yeah.
I went from Guitar Center, a retail job. Now I'm working from home, and I don't have to talk to anybody, and it's like the best life change I've ever made in my life.
Right.
So
yeah. Cool. Yeah. No, I'm sure that's probably a really nice change where you can just kind of do your own thing. You don't have to fake a smile or something or whatever. Yeah. So that's really cool. And I don't know. Did you end up moving in? Like, you have a home now or a house?
Yes. Yep.
Cool.
Went from an apartment to a house. Pretty straightforward.
That's dope.
It's actually really cool that we got to do a couple tours, and then Andrew, our drummer, had a baby right after that, because it gave us time to figure out our own living situations. He had his son, and then they moved from a house to another house, and I moved from my apartment to a house, first-time homeowner, and then he moved from his place now to an apartment closer to me, so everything is a little bit more centralized. But it's good that this kind of all happened at one time, because we have the freedom to flesh it out and take time and worry about moving and setting up stuff, and we have all these new bills or weird things, and we just had, like we were talking about before the interview, last year, all the tours were like, we're way up here. This is the most that we've ever done. And then immediately it's just like, boom, like we're not doing a lot, but we're doing a ton in our personal lives. And I think it was a really good time to just step back and take a look at everything that we needed to do personally.
Sure.
And get it figured out. And we're just, going through that. And it's a really, really healthy way to go about being in a band, honestly, because I feel like a lot of people have, they have stories about how they wish they could have done more stuff at home. And I think, we have the opportunity to go out a lot and then come back home and do a lot at home. And I'm sure we're going to get back out there and spend a lot of time dealing with weird crackheads and hotel parking lots again.
Yeah. No, that sounded like that was a great time for you guys to do it, do all that, kind of take a, not a break, but you know what I mean? You just had all that stuff going on.
Yeah.
But, when you guys are playing your shows and everything, did you guys have a favorite song from your set that you guys wrote that like you guys all love to like play as a band together?
I mean, I guess recently, like Cliché is like the more fun one to play live right now, but I really get into like Into the Lights.
I think Into the Lights is still one of my favorite songs.
It's super fun to play live, and
we need to re-record that sometime.
It would be fun. Yeah,
that one pops up on Spotify every now and then. I'm like, yeah,
nice.
I have it on my the liked songs, so like they'll just pop up. But how many years ago did you guys record that one?
That was what, 2020?
End of 2020.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think it was January.
We shot the video
21st. We shot the video,
2021.
Yeah.
Cool.
Early 2021.
You guys did that with Nick, right?
No.
That
was our first video with Juan Ibanez.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I need to watch that again. It's been a minute. Yeah, that's really cool though. So you'd say that's probably your favorite one. Do you have a least favorite one?
What's our least favorite song?
Like this one comes on, you're like, ugh.
For the first time. Not because it's a bad song for me, but because we did that song right after the drum solo, and it's one of those songs that I grab the guitar and I play really soft, and I'm up in the mic and I'm like, da, 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 all like that. But you can't do that after you're like sweating profusely. You have sweat in your eyes. You can't open your eyes. Your feet are wet because you sweat on your feet so much. And you walk up to the mic and you're like, okay, everybody, we're going to calm it down a little bit. Like you can't do that. It was really tough. So I had to like figure out a way to compose myself every night. And it was not easy.
No.
It's not easy.
It's funny. Man. Okay. Well, let me see. Is there anything else you guys want to, I guess just like while you're here, because I feel like there's a lot of stuff we kind of gone over, but I guess I just want to make sure while you're here, you're talking about everything that you guys want to just have on while you're doing this. But because we seem to like go over a lot of stuff I had in my head.
Yeah.
Like this would be cool to talk about. So is there anything else that stands out to you guys?
I mean, music video is out. We don't have any shows for sure set up yet.
Don't have any for sure shows. Yeah, because you said you want to do stuff in like summer and fall.
Yeah.
But that's maybe we could talk about that for a little bit. Just like the fact that there's like basically no venues around here for live bands.
Yeah.
So there's that. But I mean, is there something you're about to say?
Well, we have like that acoustic thing that we talked about doing.
Is there like a set date for that though? Or like
June 3rd, I think.
I mean, it's not a set date, but this is gonna be cool to actually have like acoustic versions for like a lot of our songs. Like finally actually doing something with that, because I don't know. Every time it seems like we played an acoustic show, we always had like a really good time.
Yeah,
they're just fun. They're fun to do. Like
they're really intimate and they're just so easy. Like you just show up and
it's like
everybody's in the same mindset.
Just a little more chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually a question I had earlier. Do you guys ever plan on like making, like or re-recording like stripped down versions of your current songs?
Yeah.
Yep. For sure.
We're gonna be doing one for Good Liar. We're actually probably gonna be doing that tomorrow, starting that.
Yeah. Actually.
Okay. Is that something you plan on doing for like all of them, or just mainly like some of the newer ones?
I think we're gonna
We
try
would love
for
to
all
do
of
it
them.
for all of them.
Okay.
Some songs will probably be easier than others, but
Yeah.
I mean, acoustic song for Cliche might be
That'd be interesting.
interesting.
If they
but-
work with acoustic
Yeah.
versions, then
Sure.
we'll try it. Whether it's like a full on, like we record it because it sounds really cool, and we put a music video out, or not a music video, but like a video of us playing it. Either that, or maybe we'll just live stream it. We do some live streaming every now and then.
Yeah.
Just to have some fun and connect with people.
Yeah. If you guys want to check out all of Autumn Academy's stuff, I need to say that right. You'll have all the links of their stuff, especially their new single, in the description. But do you guys have a website or anything that people can go to if they're trying to find all of your content?
Indeed. Our website is autumnacademy.com. You can find us on all the socials. We have Facebook, Instagram, the works, all that good stuff.
The works.
We'll give you all the links. Most of our links. We're going to give you some links to other websites too that we don't own. Just random sites.
Like you can visit our website at google.com.
You can just
we'll
visit
be
us
right there.
at bestbuy.com.
Hit you up on some cool math games.
Coolmathgames.com. I hold the high score for block stores. I'll have
You guys can see our new album drop at clubpenguin.com.
That's down, isn't it? They shut that
I think
down.
I think it is.
Yo, we should buy it. Put the
Oh,
URL.
Shit.
Redirect it to your page.
Autumn Academy. Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Double wave.
Do crackhead wave. Everybody do the crackhead.
I can do it.
Oh.